Hi, I'm Greg Hunter, and this is the weekly news wrap-up for Friday, September 28th, 2012. A lot of fireworks went off at the United Nations in New York this week, all surrounding Iran and its nuclear program and the possibility of an attack by Israel and or the United States. Just yesterday, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, was up. He drew this kind of cartoon character of a bomb and said, "Hey, listen, here's a red line right at the top of the bomb, and when the Iranians enrich enough uranium to make a bomb, the world should step in." Now, you may think this is funny, tee hee ha ha, but I thought it was simple, and I thought it was a good illustration to portray this out to the world. And really, he's talking to people in the United States to show where the red line is, and the red line is concerning Iran getting a bomb. Earlier in the week, the president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, said, "Hey, listen, that's not true. We're not a nuclear threat. We're not creating nuclear weapons. We want this for the peaceful production of energy, for medical isotopes, things like that, and for power." And he says they're not a threat, and pretty much brushed all those allegations aside. He also set the record straight on a quote that he says he's long been misinterpreted, misquoted, that the interpretation was wrong. That, this comment about wiping Israel off the face of the earth. He says that totally misinterpreted, bad translation. What he was talking about is removing the Israelis from occupied territories. Okay, record corrected. I got that. But Ahmadinejad, who says he wants peace, doesn't really help himself when he stands in front of reporters, as he did this week in New York, and said, Israel is going to be, quote, eliminated. They don't really belong in the Middle East because they don't have any roots there to belong there. Really? Where did the name Jerusalem come from? At any rate, President Obama also spoke at the United Nations, and he said, the time to ferret out and to finish this process, to figure out what we're going to do with the Iran's nuclear program, to do it peacefully, the time is not, quote unquote, unlimited, not unlimited. He also said that the United States, quote, will do what it must to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. I do not think President Obama is bluffing. Now, he may not want to do it before the election. He may not want to do it this year at all. But at some point, I think he's going to pull the trigger. I'm sure the Israelis would have liked to have him pulled it 2 or 3 years ago. But so far, that hasn't happened. He's trying he's trying to do the diplomacy route. I mean, who wants to go to war? It's going to be a disaster. I mean, the Strait of Hormuz is going to be shut down. Our assets, in the Persian Gulf are going to be attacked. Saudi Arabia is going to be attacked. Israel is going to be attacked. Everybody's going to take a hit. Oil is going to skyrocket. The interest rates and derivatives could implode. We could have a huge and much bigger calamity than we had in 2008, all because of an attack. So sure, nobody wants war. The people in Iran, the people in Israel, the people in the United, nobody wants war. Nobody. But Ahmadinejad, really does contradict himself. He talks about, Israel's going to be eliminated. I find that bizarre. Listen, the world is inching towards a wider war. I had Gerald Celente on, recently, and he said, when's it going to start? It's already started. We've got, Syria, we've got Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, we've had Libya, we've had the terrible death with Ambassador Stevens, we've had Algeria, Tunisia. He says, hey, it's already started. It's just going to get worse. Next up, we've heard about this unlimited money printing by the Federal Reserve. That's their term, unlimited. $40 billion a month for buying, the stakes of bankers, mortgage-backed securities. They were rated AAA, and now, they're toxic, so the Fed has to buy them. We got $45 billion a month with Operation Twist. That's $85 billion a month in money printing, and according to the Fed, that's just not enough. The ECB, European Central Bank, also has its own version of unlimited money printing over there. But just in case it gets out of hand, the Fed is now signaling they're going to help the European Central Bank. They're going to print some more money. $85 billion enough. $85 billion a month is not enough. Any wonder why gold is at $1775 an ounce? I'm surprised it's not $2,500 an ounce right now, right here, right now. I'm surprised silver is not $50 an ounce right now. They have, in no uncertain terms, have signaled they're printing money. There is no way there's not going to be inflation. And big money people, George Soros, Bill Gross at PIMCO with $1.3 trillion under management, Ray Dalio with $120 billion hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, and many other people are all saying buy gold, and probably silver, but buy gold. Why? Because they're all in. They're going to debase their currencies. Period. The end. And you have to have something to protect your wealth with. And that's why these big players are saying some of your assets should be in gold. And apparently it's not working, because new numbers were released about the durable goods, August durable goods, and poof, plunged down 13.2%. And John Williams at shadowstats.com pretty much sums it up when he says, the economy's bottom bouncing at best. And what could be happening is we could bounce, boing, and bounce right over the cliff for another big plunge. We live in interesting times. That's for sure. Finally, we've had a lot of news about the Middle East. And I've heard a lot of really ugly and negative comments about it's all the Jews' fault. It's all the Muslims' fault. Islam's not the religion of peace. The Zionists, it's all their fault. They're taking over the world. You know what? It ain't all of anybody. There's plenty of blame and shame to go around for the Jews, the Christians, the Muslims. Plenty of blame to go around. And so I just want to put you on notice. I'm not putting those sweeping comments on anymore. I'm not. You want to criticize Israel's foreign policy or their policies? Fine. You want to criticize the United States? Have at it. You want to criticize Ahmadinejad in Iran? Yes, sure, go ahead. Syria, Assad, or the rebels? Go ahead. What's happening in Libya? Sure. All the Muslims are bad? All the Jews are bad? No, that ain't happening. You may think this is a censorship. It's not. You're free to go out and start your own website, put all the religious hate you want on your site, but you're not posting it here. That's the way I see it. I'm Greg Hunter. Thank you for supporting USAWatchdog.com.